shackled on the prison bus. This gonna be a long ride. Transfer, sharpen up my shank till my arm tired. Living with this tension, the cage with some henchmen. Melhaven J Unit, probably heard me mention. Maximum security, 2 barbed wire fences. Shooters in the towers, bullet holes in the benches. Some of the guards trigger happy, they just let the rifle fire. All types of killers here, knife you up with Michael Myers. Snake bites, never make the same mistake twice. Take life if necessary, weapons vary in the devil.
Islam fam, it's Thursday, November 20th, 2014. I think the last time I posted a video in regards to this whole proceedings was March 8, 2014. I would have put out this video yesterday, right after the whole proceedings, but we had a long day in court, Kangaroo Court, and you know, shout out to my family who came out, my Empress, my son, you know, my unborn is supposed to be forward in a couple of weeks or so. The energy was there, full strength, and you know, so it was a long day. It was tired, so that's why I didn't get to do the video yesterday. But I'm doing it today, you know. So, like I said, March 8, 2014 was my last video post in regards to this. But before I move on, I want to talk in regards to myself, and so people have a clearer understanding of who I am. I feel like, you know, being away for so long. Even within people I know, within my own circle, like, you know, we all grow and evolve. So I feel like I need to reintroduce myself to society in general, and to some people that may know me and some people that might have known me in the past, and may have preconceived notions about me. But I'm gonna clear that up so you guys have a clear understanding of who I am and why I do what I do. Okay? Yeah, the reason why I want to go this far back is because I want to show you guys there's a pattern, you know, as far as government and religion, that they go hand in hand. And I feel like a lot of people don't know about that. You know, they often have them separated. So it's my first encounter with Catholic children's aids. I mean, growing up in where I grew up, I knew spirituality, but I wasn't too familiar with this whole religion thing that was being told to me, you know. But the whole religion, you know, the modern day religion, the way it's being presented now anyways, you know, is very miseducated and misleading, and it's misrepresented in many ways. So like I said, there's a pattern between government and religion, and we need to pay attention to it. I was about 10 years old when I came here with my mother from another country. My dad already was living over here for a few years, so he was already established, and you know, the transition for myself and my dad living together was not a smooth one. So we often got into altercations, well, whatever you want to call it, abuses. He used to hit me, and I was a small little kid. Like, I mean, I'm not big right now, like, still, you know. So you can imagine how small I was when I was 10 years old. So, you know, I endured stuff like that, and for a couple of years, and you know, a year and a half into my into this, one of the neighbors must have called the cops, and cops came, and children's aid got involved, and 4 to 6 months in a group home. By that time, you know, like, I probably evolved some more and went back home, and I think my father knew at that point that there was no really arguing with me, because it's like I'm just stuck at this point, because there's an old saying, you know, it's hard to bend a tree when it's older, it's easier to bend it when it's younger, and that's exactly what's going on. And I think in addition to that, my father did not know how to he didn't know himself in regards to just how to conduct himself as a human being, a father, and so on and so forth. But that's besides the point, you know. But you know, fast forward to even before I even when I first got here, I want to talk about that part where when I first got here to this part of land, in order to go to Catholic school, my parents were told that I need to get baptized. And I remember this clearly. I had to study some stuff, and I did it. I didn't like it, you know, but I did it. And they told me I had to choose a baptismal name, you know, Catholicism name. And I actually chose one, and which for the most part, you know, that's what I went by for many years until I kind of came to my senses. So I went by the name Anthony, which was the name I chose. And ironically, Anthony, if you look in Catholicism books, they say Saint Anthony is the founder of Lost People, Lost Soul. So it's weird. It's weird that I actually picked that name, but it is what it is, and I'm here. So, you know, so I was born Landry, and then when I came here, they told me to change my name to Anthony, essentially, you know, which is a usurping in a way to usurp my birthright. But that's another subject within itself. You know, so I lived at Children's Days for 4 to 6 months. You know, I was like 12 years old. Came back home. Yeah, I got along with my father. We coexisted as best as we could. You know, we still have periodically altercations, but as time got on, he just left me alone. So early on, like, I was just doing my own thing, you know. Like, my parents were cool, but, you know, I found myself in trouble a lot of times because, like I said, like, I didn't have a real male role model. So a lot of my peers were my role model. So, you know, it's like the blind leading the blind, you know how that goes. So a lot of times I got myself in a couple of trouble getting arrested and whatnot, you know. I can still remember clearly the first time I got arrested was by a lady named Gail Crookshank. It's crazy, and I'll never forget, you know. And ever since then, it's like there's been this energy about the system or the police department or the court. Just there's an attraction towards somebody that's been in that realm, and I'll further explain to you. But anyways, so now I'm in high school. Like I said, high school, you know, I got off to a rough start in high school too. You know, we get suspended a couple of times. Even got arrested in school. It's crazy, you know, some stupid stuff. And but by the end of the school year, like even within that, me being in school, being involved with the youths and being involved with the community or just volunteering was always something that's what they call it, humanitarian work. That's something I've always done. I've always been involved in, you know. From the principal from my high school would ask me to come to be a part of the committee for certain things, you know, for young people, and I've done that, you know. And by the time I got out of high school, I graduated, you know, I was able to figure it out and kind of just graduated, and I won an award for at my graduation, a humanitarian award, you know, for just the way I deal with the youths that were in my school at that point, you know. And, you know, so like, even within, and what also I want to touch on is that as outside of the school, I was also volunteering, you know, like at places like Good Shepherd Refuge. So at that age, when I was like 17, 18, you know, I was aware of what I needed to do, you know, as a member of society, you know. So work and family became important to me. And if some of my friends will tell you, some of the friends that I had back then will tell you, like, there's a time where, yeah, I was around hanging out, getting in trouble, and then I stopped it because my family needed me. And more importantly, my mom became, you know, ill, you know, where to the point that I had to look after my siblings, and the marriage between her and my father deteriorated, and they ended up splitting up. And I think by the time I was 17, my dad moved out, was doing his own thing. So it's just myself,